What if I told you that a simple 20 cent coin from 1999 could secretly be worth a small fortune, and most people don't even know they have one? Hidden in old drawers, forgotten wallets, and dusty coin jars, these early euro coins carry mysteries, rare minting errors, and untold stories from the birth of Europe's modern currency. Stay with me because what you are about to discover might completely change the way you look at the coins in your pocket. Welcome to Numis World Explorer. The story of the 1999 20 cent coin begins long before the euro currency ever appeared in someone's pocket. In fact, the roots of this coin go back to the dream of creating a single European currency that could unite nations divided for centuries by wars, borders, languages, and different monetary systems. The idea of a shared currency had been discussed since the 1960s, but it wasn't until the Maastricht Treaty of 1992 that the foundations of the euro were officially laid. Europe was preparing for something big, something historic, and in 1999 the first euro coins, including the 20 cent, were minted not for circulation yet, but for financial markets and institutions. These early coins symbolized trust, cooperation, and the beginning of a new financial era. But what makes the 1999 20 cent coin particularly fascinating is that it is technically one of the earliest euro coins in existence, produced before the physical currency was released to the public in 2002, and collectors around the world now search for these pieces, hoping to find rare variations, minting errors, and incredibly valuable examples that could be worth hundreds, even thousands of euros. When we look closely at this coin, we discover that it was minted in several different European countries, each with its own national design on one side, letting every member state add a touch of its identity to a shared future. From the majestic Spanish king Juan Carlos I, to the graceful Irish harp, to the powerful German eagle, these 1999 designs were more than artwork. They were messages of unity in diversity. Imagine holding a coin that tells the story of an entire country while also belonging to an international monetary system used by millions. And here's something many people do not know. Not all 1999 20 cent coins are common. Some mints produced extremely limited quantities for testing and preview purposes. That means there may still be rare pieces sitting unnoticed in old jars, drawers, inherited coin collections, and even in coin circulation today. For collectors, the possibility of finding such a coin is thrilling, like discovering hidden treasure in plain sight. The 20 cent coin is made of a material known as Nordic gold, a unique golden-colored alloy that contains no actual gold, yet shines beautifully like precious metal. Nordic gold is composed of copper, aluminum, zinc, and tin, and was chosen for its resistance to tarnish, durability, and ability to be easily identified by vending machines. The coin also features the distinctive Spanish flower shape with 7 indentations, making it easily recognizable by touch alone, helpful for millions of Europeans using cash every day. But here is where the suspense begins. Certain 1,999 coins show differences in color tone, edge structure, or striking clarity, which could indicate experimental composition adjustments in early minting. Sometimes, these variations are subtle, and only knowledgeable collectors notice them. That is why coin experts and numismatists continue to search for unique examples that could rewrite what we know about early euro production. As the euro was preparing for its 2002 public debut, these 1999 test coins were used behind the scenes. Banks, businesses, vending machine companies, and governments needed samples to understand how the new money would behave in real-world machines. Think about it. Millions of banknotes and billions of coins would suddenly replace national currencies, and everything had to work flawlessly from day one. The 1999 20 cent coin played a crucial role in that preparation. So when you hold one, you're not just holding a piece of metal, you're holding a key part of a massive financial transformation. But here's the exciting part for collectors. Some test coins were not perfectly standardized. A slightly different thickness, a slightly misaligned strike, or a double rim. Errors like these can make a coin extremely valuable. Some collectors report paying hundreds for the most unusual early examples. Another reason this coin is so interesting is the story behind the symbol shared across all designs. The map of Europe. The 1999 version shows a map that looks very different from today's euro coins. Why? Because the European Union was still growing, countries were preparing to join, and geographic representation changed over time. That means that these coins reflect a moment in history when Europe was still forming its modern identity. Think of it like a snapshot of Europe before expansion, an emotional detail for historians and collectors. Some collectors even specialize in tracking how the map changed across euro coin generations. And guess what? The earliest maps can be some of the most desirable. The mints involved in 1999 coin production included Belgium, Finland, France, the Netherlands, and Spain, among others. Each mint has a unique mint mark, meaning that some variants are rarer than others. For example, certain small quantity mints produced fewer preview coins, making their 20 euro cents particularly valuable. Collectors around the world watch auction websites carefully, hoping a rare mint mark coin appears. Sometimes a seller does not even know what treasure they have. There have been surprising stories of people selling a coin for just a few euros, only for it to resell later for hundreds. The suspense grows when we talk about errors. Numismatic history shows that early minting stages often produce mistakes that later become incredibly valuable. A 1999 20 euro cent coin with a rotated die, doubled lettering, misstruck Spanish flower shape, or off-center design could become a star of a coin collection. Error coins are rare by nature, and early euro errors are rarer still. Some experts believe there are still undiscovered error coins sitting in circulation or hidden among old European cash drawers that were never exchanged after 2002. So any viewer of your video might wonder, could they have one? Once the euro launched in 2002, people from many nations lined up at banks at midnight to exchange their old currencies for euros. For many, it was a powerful emotional moment. Imagine saying goodbye to a currency that your grandparents and great-grandparents used, and embracing a new currency shared with millions of Europeans. The 1999 20 euro cent coin is a silent witness to that transition. It was there before the launch, tested and handled by institutions preparing for history. Holding such a coin is like holding the moment Europe changed. Over time, these coins circulated, passed from hand to hand, traveled through countries, markets, pockets, shops, airports, and borders that barely existed decades earlier. A 1999 20 euro cent could have been used to buy bread in France, then end up in a cafe in Italy, then be dropped in a taxi in Germany. That journey alone gives each coin a mysterious identity. Every scratch, every mark, every worn detail tells a story that no one fully knows, and that mystery adds to its collectability. Today, collectors and coin experts recommend checking any euro coin jars for 1999 dates. Some have sold in auctions for impressive prices depending on mint marks, rarity, and condition. People who never cared about coins suddenly become interested when they realize a small 20-cent coin could be worth far more than face value. And here is the final twist. Even though 1999 coins are not extremely rare, certain types are still missing from major numismatic catalogs and research records. That means discoveries are still possible. Someone watching your video might be the next person to find a coin that changes what we know about early euro history.